man, here we go. Welcome to another episode of Black Ice Reality Check. This is the health and fitness wellness edition. We have a supplement line that came out called Black Ice Supplements, and it's Shop Black Ice Store. And the reason I did this is because people, my subscribers, the men and the women that follow me, need to be in shape. They need to take care of themselves to be successful in life and relationships. It's very important that your health is a priority. I have two special guests here, Zach and Rodney to my right. We had to restart the show, so we're going to kind of speed up the episode. We had some audio issues, so we're going to kind of skip forward, right? And we're going to talk about the supplement line. They're out of Texas, and he owns Max Out Supplement Distribution.
Maxed Out Sports Nutrition. So we do custom blends and formulating for other companies.
And Rodney's his right-hand man here. And successful marriages, relationships, both have competed. I'm not going to say he's competing.
I'm semi-retired. So, yeah, you never know year to year. But,
The ego, I got to get back on stage.
Yeah. But, it's always there.
Joke. No, but I met you a couple of years ago at Powerhouse Gym here in Vegas. We talked about doing a supplement line, and now we have one out, and it's very important. I'm not going to get into details and try to go back to the beginning of the show that we did earlier without the audio, but I'm going to talk about, especially at all ages, why supplements are important, why they're a priority when you're training medium to hard. I think if you're just a weekend warrior, I don't know how necessary the supplements are other than protein, but if you're serious about changing your physique and getting into better shape, you need a supplement program. Fair?
Fair.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So you guys take a pre-workout. Do you?
I do. Everybody's kind of depending on what you're looking for in a pre-workout, but yeah, I mean, I think everybody kind of like takes a little something before they go to the gym, whether it be coffee
goals
or
too, you know.
yeah,
Depends
exactly.
on what your goals are for working out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like there's people that do energy drinks, there's people that do a pre-workout or a pump or something like that.
Right.
And so I want to talk about that. We're kind of skipping forward. So we have a pre-workout that we're coming out with, and this is the Black Ice. Now, these labels aren't done.
Right.
You show me the mock-up. The site will be fully operational by the end of September. We have a site up now with just the Nootropics, which everybody's been buying, that we have right here, HV Alpha. This is a Nootropics cognitive focus supplement. But here's the pre-workout, right?
Yeah,
Peach
we got
mango.
a couple flavors. What else are we launching?
We got sweet strawberry. These are the two right now that we're talking about. And I take these before I work out. It really helps me. I feel a pump with them too.
Yeah, so your good pre-workout, it depends. Like there's pump-only workouts, there's high-stem workouts. This one's kind of you got a little bit of everything, right? So it's going to have your citrulline for your pump, your beta-alanine, a little caffeine for energy. You know, so I think some stimulants good, especially if you train early in the morning or if you need a pick-me-up. For me, too much is just I don't want my heart to explode, you know, and that's how a lot of them are based now. And it's going to be, you know, different for everybody. Some people like a little stim, some people need a little bit more. And so I think that one is a good middle of the road.
Yeah, because
I'm more on the pump and like your energy and endurance versus like I don't want to feel just like cracked out of my mind, you know?
Right, because I drink my coffee in the morning.
Yeah, and that's something you can still take.
And then I take this
in
in the morning.
Yeah.
I take 2 of these with my coffee.
Perfect.
And then when I go to the gym in the afternoon, I'll take 2 scoops of this with, I think I put about 10 ounces of water. Mm-hmm. You know, 8 ounces is a little strong. You can do 12, right? Or you can do 1 scoop.
Yeah, to start out with. Yeah, it depends.
This is good, though. I like it. I really like this. So I take this, and, you know, this is going to last a pretty good time. And then the other thing I take every day, and you do a pre-workout as well, Rodney?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Okay.
most days I have to get to the gym.
Right.
Coffee's not enough anymore.
Coffee's not enough. I can go to bed.
Right.
I have an energy drink, too, in the middle of the day, sugar-free Red Bull.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then I'm like, they're like, how do you sleep? I don't know. I'm just going so fast that I get to the bed and it's like, okay, I'm tired. Now, if I was younger, had more energy, maybe I'd be up all night, but I don't want to be up all night. So,
Right.
and then the creatine monohydrate. I will say this. When I was 31 is probably the biggest and strongest I ever was. And I was just on creatine.
Yep.
And over-the-counter pro hormones, right? Which were probably pretty bad for you, right? Because they're
Depends on which ones. Yeah.
And so, but I was doing 315 for 4 sets of 10 reps. Yep. And I mean, I was squatting like 415, 410 easy. And I was on creatine. So I started taking the creatine monohydrate. I put on 7 pounds.
Yep.
Real fast.
First week.
Quality too. And I thought, because I needed it. Here's the bottom line. I'm training my other half. She competes. I'm trying to keep up with her now. She's a lot younger than me, 31 years old as of Sunday. I'm older than you. I won't say how old, but you're going, man, I got to keep up. She pops out of bed and you're like, oh God, let me get up. Right. Stretch the back out. And then she's going to the gym. She's actually doing a fasted cardio in the morning, going to the gym, and then doing cardio again. And I'm like, oh my God. So this helps.
Tremendously.
Right?
Yeah.
And then this helps because I have to, as you get older, you lose, I can't remember the amount of muscle you lose every year.
Percentage, yeah.
That's a percent, like 3% of muscle you lose every year after a certain age.
Yep.
And this helps me maintain my strength. Yep. And I don't want to say stamina, but it helps me put size on.
Sure.
It's very hard as you get older, right?
Yep.
I'll tell you what, man, creatin's been around, since I think, what was it, phosphagen days, back when EAS came with it.
Yeah.
And it's still around, and it's still in demand. And, when COVID hit and the price, nobody could get it because everybody was coming. It's one of those things. It's always been around, and it's going to stay around because it works.
And it's the most studied ergogenic aid in the supplement history.
I was going to say that. And it's actually good for your cognitive. It's good for your brain.
Absolutely, yep. New studies are coming out showing other effects of creatine.
You don't have to come off of it.
Correct.
You can take this forever.
You can.
Yep.
Right. And it's natural. You eat like a 10-ounce steak, you're getting creatine,
You're going to get a little
right?
bit, just not enough for a performance.
Yeah,
boost.
for performance, yeah. But there's like a million studies done. It's still around. It's cost effective.
I put this in my coffee.
Yeah.
In the morning.
Yeah, well, I haven't done that, but there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a dry scooper myself.
You're a dry scooper?
Dry scooper.
He's
5
that guy.
grams,
I can only imagine when he's younger. Yeah.
He snorted
Pre-workouts.
He snorted it when he's younger.
Exactly, man.
Wow, okay. And then we got the EAA with the BCAAs in it, right?
Mm-hmm. That's for your recovery, which is very important.
We have the Tiger's Blood that we got, right?
Yummy.
I actually like that one. And we have the pink lemonade, okay? And we were going to do, what was the deal with the Bomb Pop? Were we going to still do that or no?
Okay, so here was the deal. I think we made those other ones just to give you some different flavor profiles.
But this is the bomb.
That's the one. That's the one.
Tiger's Blood. Yeah, I like Tiger's Blood.
Yeah, we like that. And our pink lemonade, I really like.
Yeah, she likes that one too. Yeah.
It's just a preference on flavors, but it's the same formula.
Some people like a little bit more tart. Some people like a little more sweet.
And tell people what the key ingredient. I know what it is, but you guys can talk about the key ingredient in the recovery. Why they call it EAA now? And it's funny because my girl's like, "Well, does that have BCAA in it?" I said, "Yeah, but the new trend is EAA." Can you break down the differences and then you talk about the recovery? So what is EAA so people understand?
Yeah, so EAA is essential amino acid. I believe there's 7. Is that correct?
Correct.
So your BCAAs, branch chain amino acids, they are EAAs. They're part of that group. That's leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Mm-hmm. Correct. So that's your and that's kind of what's been big for over 10 years now. Just a straight BCAA. But new studies and everything have come out. That it's better as far as recovery and performance to have the full gambit of EAAs, which is 7. I could probably name them all: methionine, tryptophan's 1.
Proline.
Exactly. There's 7 of them. Yeah. So that's kind of what we're going with now to kind of get the full spectrum for recovery.
But at the end of the day, I think personally that the main benefit of a BCAA or an EAA is the leucine in this, because the leucine is what's triggering the protein synthesis. Regardless if it's an EAA or a BCAA, it's still got leucine in it.
Okay, so what does leucine do for your body?
Leucine triggers the protein synthesis, enabling your muscle cells to uptake more, valuable amino acids to it and grow at a faster rate.
Okay, good.
So, there used to be, like, for example, dianabolic steroids and stuff like that, which would trigger protein synthesis, and it was sought after because its ability to put on muscle mass because of the protein synthesis. So essentially, people taking amino acids for basically a way to grow and repair at a faster rate without taking anabolic hormones and things like that.
Okay, good. And then we'll talk about the glutamine, the key.
Right.
I think that's the key, right?
The most abundant amino acid found in skeletal muscle tissue. It's a lactic acid buffer. It's a growth hormone releaser. It repairs your stomach lining. Glutamine can do gut health. It can do a plethora of different things. But again, it's the most abundant amino acid found in muscle tissue, period.
Yeah, and so I've noticed the difference, right? Because like when I was serious, like hardcore, like competing and all that stuff, I was on a regimen. I had everything down. I had my notebook. I had the clock, the timer, the workouts, knew what day to take what, how much, been weighing the food. And then as I became more of a casual lifter, I stopped taking the recoveries and stuff like that. Now I've noticed my body, it's like, holy crap, it's coming back.
Now
like,
you need it the
everybody's
most.
like, dude, how'd you get so big? Like, no, I haven't changed anything. I just added this.
No, remember, you grow when you recover, right?
Right.
So that's why.
Well,
it's
yeah,
key.
and that's why 4 days a week, for me, because it takes longer for my body to recover. Right. But I've noticed the difference already. It's like my shirts are fitting tighter now. I don't have to wear, 8-year-old shirts anymore. I went to 10-year-old shirts. No, I'm just kidding. I tell people that your shirt's too small. But the glutamine helps. I like the recovery. I like the flavors. And then also we have a fat burner.
Correct.
And that's good. I don't take these two together.
Everybody's different level because they're both going to have caffeine in them. All right, so everybody's got to watch their caffeine.
But this is more like a thermogenic.
Yes.
Okay, so
it's a thermogenic, right?
So you're going to sweat.
Yeah.
But
you are going to sweat.
A lot of people that want to take a supplement like a fat burner, even competitors, they're taking something. What's that cream they put on? The
Thymicase? Or
they put that cream on when they get close to pre-contest. I can't remember the name of it, but coach.
Used to be Thymicase.
Yeah, probably that. So I think that's critical too. So we're going to have packs that we sell this in. And then we also have a test booster.
We're going to add a test booster to the line. Yeah, because hormones are vitally important too as you get older. So
a lot of people don't understand that the male hormone test levels have dropped significantly in the last decade.
Yep.
And that's due to a couple reasons. The food.
Yep.
Stress.
The food, the water. Stress. And then a lot of people now are sitting behind a keyboard.
That's right. Sedentary.
Right? Like you guys, I mean, I don't know about you, but I grew up, I was like, go to the chicken coop, get the eggs, do this, help with the hay, do that. I mean, I grew up on not a farm, but a little pasture we had. And then as I went into the city, I was in sports, right? But it's funny, a lot of kids now are keyboarding it. They're playing video games. That's their activity. Yep. Right? They're not doing jiu-jitsu. They're not in the gym. They're not taking care of themselves. And this is a testament. And I've told guys, I don't want to call it names, but I have a friend who was very successful millionaire doing a podcast. I said, bro, you got to get in the gym. You're getting a little heavy. He's in the gym now. He's got a coach. He's using my girl's coach. He's dropped weight. He bought our Nootropics, HV Alpha. And I'm telling his partner, I said, bro, he said, I will when I'm ready. I said, no, now you got to get in the gym. Because as we get older, man, your body has more health issues with the food and all the products they're putting in the food is bad, right? Yep. And so I think that if you're not in the gym taking supplements and you're not on a regimen, you're just you're a detriment to your health, big time. And so that test booster, that's good. I mean, if you're not on TRT, right? And there's a lot of people that would a test recovery, a testosterone replacement therapy. And what that is if as you get older, your test levels drop to a certain level. And most doctors will say that, oh, your test is okay, but it's like, I don't want the test of a 50-year-old. Right. All my levels are 35-year-old. Testosterone is actually healthy for you.
Yeah, it's not taboo anymore, man. That's why you see these clinics popping up everywhere.
That's right.
Yeah, my a friend of ours has a men's health clinic, but if they say, oh, your level for your age 200 is normal.
That's at the base level.
That's the base level. Right. I'm tired, bro.
Correct.
I might as well get my Dockers and my plaid shirt.
And I mean, if you're training 5-6 days a week, or even 2 to 3 days a week, you're not going to get very far with 200. And especially when people are in there and they're not seeing gains. I'm like, dude, you have a 200 test level.
I can tell you what you get from a 200 test level.
Yeah,
what do you tell?
You get fat. You get no muscle tissue, and you have no drive. That's what you get.
Right, and then you become lethargic and couch lock, right?
That's right.
So the test booster for people that don't want to go get a testosterone injection is a good replacement supplement for that. Is that fair?
Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
I've seen 200 to 300 point increase in people's total test levels. So if you're sitting at, let's just say 400 or 500, and you're now at a 700-800 test level, man, that's a tremendous.
That's going to make
benefit.
a huge.
That's a huge benefit.
Everything from like fat loss to obviously strength, muscle gain, especially when you're in your 40s and stuff. Recovery, it's all interconnected. So
have you
very important.
Have you had anybody get their blood levels checked with the test booster yet?
I have.
What's it coming out at?
Usually between 200 and 300 point increase after about 6 weeks.
Okay, so if a guy's at 500 and or 300, and he needs to go to 600 or 700, that's fair. It could probably get you there.
Pretty close, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so what that means is that you're, like they said, you're going to increase your muscle mass, lower your estrogen levels going to go down.
Yep.
right? Because that's the problem is estrogen. But you need estrogen.
Yeah, you need it. I was going to say, you don't want to eliminate it.
You don't want to eliminate
You
it.
don't want to eliminate it.
Because a lot of people take AIs, right?
One of the biggest problems, though, really.
And if you take too much of Arimidex, you're gonna have
a balance.
Prostate issues. You're gonna have all kinds of
Sex
stuff.
drive, energy issues, heart issues.
Heart issues. But if you feel a little bit of tenderness here, again, we're not doctors. We're guys that have actually been there. We've been there. We've been in the trenches. We've been through the workouts. We've been through the supplements, the testosterone. But if you have any soreness here, Arimidex is a good solution.
It is.
But not every day.
Yeah.
Maybe go see a men's clinic or a doctor.
Yeah, and that's with like a test booster like you would take and that we're adding to your line, I'm not saying you need to go out and I think everybody should be getting their blood work done regardless.
Exactly.
If you're training.
How often do you think they should get
I
it
think
done?
quarterly is pretty.
Every 90 days?
Yeah, every 3 months, yeah. And that's something, now that I'm 40, I didn't start doing until I was 40. And I've been,
I didn't do until I was 45, bro.
The numbers don't lie, though.
Yeah. Just overall health, you need to know where you're at.
Let me tell you something. I don't drink. I don't do any drugs. I was never a big partier. I drank, but I never had alcohol in the house. Okay. So I lived a fairly clean lifestyle. All I did was train. I took some stuff, but not heavy. I wasn't a heavy user. Okay. I took some Masteron. I took some Equipoise. I took some Sestanin 250, but I wasn't a heavy user over the years. Right. Okay. Hear me out. I went to the doctors to get my blood work done, and the guy's like, I can't believe you're still alive. He's like, you're walking?
What was the problem?
Well, everything was high. Everything was off. Yeah. Test levels were in the shitter. My liver enzymes were too high.
So you had already came off at this point.
Yeah, I've been off for a while. Gotcha. I'm just kind of like, hey, I'll go to the gym, work out, talk, do more jaw jacking than lifting. And my body started going, I was tired. I had no energy. I started gaining fat around here.
Yep.
And as you get older, it's harder to burn this.
It is.
Man, it's a lot of work. And then I had no sex drive, and I said, okay, I knew my T levels were low. But then I started doing it too high, and I got up to like 12 or 1500. It's like, well, that's too high. And my hormones were off. So I got my blood work done. The coaches and trainers I know, they're like, okay, you need to get a liver cleanser, which we're going to talk about. You need to adjust this. You need to get, 200 milligrams a week of this, of TRT, get your test levels right, and get on some supplements, right? Because you're working out and you're not feeding your body the right nutrients. You're eating decent. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being good, I'm eating probably an 8. She's a 10. But I don't want to meal prep every day. I'm like, dude, I want a bite of a pizza. Right. We're not telling people to change their lifestyle dramatically, but if you're going to maintain a healthy life, you need to eat better, but you don't have to eat like a bodybuilder. No. But you also have to have supplements, right? So I don't know how healthy you guys are eating. You're not competing.
No, but I'm pretty good. I've been doing this since I was a teenager, and Rodney can probably attest to this. When you do something for so long, you're just part of your life. Like I can tell you right now, I'm probably never going to step on a bodybuilding stage, but I'm still eating like I did. It's just maybe a little less food. Maybe I'm eating, have you
ever had a cheeseburger or pizza? When's the last time?
Absolutely.
I ate something last night. I'm in Vegas, right? And my partner that can tell you, he's like, he eats like good 80, 90% of the time, man, because I have cheat days and I set them aside. And again, I'm not saying everybody has to eat like a bodybuilder, but I can tell you what, my blood work is good. I'm healthy, and you don't have to eat 6 times a day. But I'm on a schedule, and I eat pretty much the same thing every day because I'm not eating chicken, broccoli, and rice every day.
Right.
Oh, dude,
you got it. But there's so many options now that you don't have to do that, man.
Yeah.
Between there's meal prep services,
and we're spoiled. Come on,
it is. You can eat. We eat burgers twice a week. I'm eating extra lean ground beef, which is like leaner than chicken breast, 96.4 ground beef, a whole wheat bun, and I'm not putting mayonnaise.
I think she's having a 2%.
As long as you get it.
You can't find it, right? Like she has me driving all over the city. We got to go 40 miles here. It's 2%. And then they're out like, oh my God.
I just don't understand why,
you remember those days?
I remember those days,
but why are you eating 85% beef when you can get the 92, 93? Is it really that much better? I don't think it's better at all.
It's a taste, right? People are used to a certain taste, and what's incredible is the sodium levels.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Can you talk about,
especially if you eat out, you're going to get
talk about
twice
sodium?
as much.
Can you talk about that?
I mean, with sodium, especially like you said, as you get older and you have blood pressure issues. I mean, a lot of guys that I know have blood pressure issues simply because, well, one of the main factors anyway is just way too much sodium, not enough fluid intake. So your body starts retaining a lot of fluid, a lot of water, and your body's, when you're that much sodium in your body, you're going to retain a shit ton of fluid. You're going to be watery. Blood pressure is going to be high. You're going to feel lethargic and things like that. So, I mean, you got to cut that sodium level down. You got to increase the water intake, increase your potassium to offset the sodium as well. So that's just part of it, and you got to know your body too. My blood pressure runs high, and I know when I have too much sodium.
Oh, mine does too, right? Everything was just off. It was, and that should tell you something for a guy that doesn't really abuse his body with drugs or alcohol. And I'm not saying stop drinking. I'm just saying for a guy that's pretty healthy, and I was an athlete, and I didn't do anything really bad, and my health was really in bad shape. You got to ask yourself, man, if he doesn't drink, if he's not doing drugs, and he's working out, and he goes and gets his blood work done, they're like, dude,
right,
you need to change your lifestyle.
Exactly.
Imagine the people that eat bad, drink, and party. They got to go in and get checked.
Exactly. And a lot of these guys don't, because they're just stubborn, like most men.
And here's the other thing. I'm older than both you guys, but isn't it amazing how you'll get these calls, or you'll see your Facebook alumni, high school, so-and-so passed away.
So-and-so passed away.
It's scary because you're like, dude, I got kids. Yep. Mm-hmm. I got kids. You got to leave a legacy, and I'm not ready to go. I can't. I'm not prepared. Yep. I need to have that foundation in place. So it's like, okay, everything I'm doing is for my kids. So if everything I'm doing is for my kids, I got to maintain my health lifestyle and supplementation, because I tell you, man, every month I get calls. My bodybuilding buddy from back home that was doing masters, when I moved in November 2020, the following year and a half, I get a call, man, Lonnie passed away. Now he's taking, some gear, right, because he's competing. But it's like, dude, you're in the field, you're getting your blood work done, and, he had a stroke. And he went into a coma and died. Yeah. And you see all these professional bodybuilders. Yeah. They're doing too much stuff.
A lot of them are doing very blind,
and other stuff, recreational stuff.
Right.
Like Rich Piano was doing recreational stuff and doing too much shit. Yeah. And that's what the problem. And now it's just too much shit, right? People are taking. But for the average Joe, we're starting to see major health issues in America. Yeah. And it's the food, it's the portion size. How many meals a day are you eating now?
I do 5. And like I said, I'm not saying everybody has to do that, but I've done it for so long. Rodney and I were having this discussion today. It doesn't matter how big the meal is. Like 3 hours later, my body's telling me I need to eat again, or my blood sugar will get low. It's just... And but I think snacks are important during those. I mean, I think everybody should be eating at least 3 meals a day. If you're skipping breakfast and not eating till after lunch, that's just not healthy.
What do you feel about fasting in the morning?
I mean, from a fat loss perspective, it's great. First and foremost, I mean, a lot of people preach the health benefits of it too, and like intermittent fasting and things like that. I'm definitely on board with the camp that says, fasting in the morning, doing some fasted cardio.
So is that missing?
With a good fat burner, especially?
Yeah, with a good fat burner. There you go.
Yeah.
But is that considered missing breakfast if you're fasting? You see where I'm going with this? Because
I've seen this work for a lot of people, so I don't want to knock it if it's working for
but here's
you.
my question.
When that breakfast comes in.
But here's my question. Like, if you drink coffee in the morning, is that fasting?
For me, if it's not food, I would say so. Yes. But I know people that are on that program, it's like nothing.
What do you put in your coffee?
Yeah, that's true.
That's the key component there.
That's a funny thing too, because people are like, I just had coffee, but we're not talking about a frappuccino.
Sugar-free vanilla creamer.
Yeah, well,
theoretically, no creamer. That kind of offsets the whole fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you drink black coffee?
No, absolutely don't.
Do you drink coffee at all?
Oh, yeah. 3 times a day.
Okay.
I just had
coffee. Yeah.
Energy drinks?
Yes. Unfortunately, I'm down to 1 a day, which I'm trying to keep.
My son gives me a hard time. He's like, "You said you're not going to drink a sugar-free Red Bull." I drink the little one, right? But I was drinking the big sugar-free. It's probably sugar-free was bad.
That's debatable. I'm one of these. I'm not on the artificial sweeteners and sugar.
Depends what shake. If it's aspartame, I stay away.
Yeah, that's probably not the best choice right there. But I'm one of these guys. Like I have a friend who, he's like 300 pounds, but And his wife and I had this discussion. I'm like, and because she won't let him eat anything that has like, sucralose or artificial sweetener. And my debate is like, okay, we're going to let him be 300 pounds because he does really well when he can have these sugar substitute foods. And we got him down 60 pounds. But she had a problem with it because it was, some of the stuff like the protein powder was artificial sweetener or Diet Cokes. Now, I'm not saying drink 8 of them a day, but I think, in moderation, like anything, if it keeps you from drinking a regular Coke, if it keeps you from, eating something that has regular sugar and he drops 60 pounds, my argument is I'd rather see him at 240 than 300 eating all natural organic, but eating, 5,000 calories a day.
Right.
So that's a debate. It's up. And I think in the end it's the whole weight loss, fat loss debate, it's calories in, calories out. I'm in that camp, meaning like you got to burn more than you're consuming, right?
Yeah. So, and the last topic I want to get on, well, we still got a lot of time. We actually rushed this through, is this whole acceptance of heavier people in America. I'm not just talking about women, but it's amazing how the average size of a person in America especially is extremely larger. And I'm seeing it in women especially, but also men. We're seeing this shift. I mean, when I played football and I wanted to go to college, there wasn't a 300-pound lineman. Now there's 300-pound linemen all day long.
300-pound high school kids.
Right. Yeah. But I see a lot of people gaining a lot of weight, and I believe it's the portion size of food, type of food. But do you think that it's just the food, or is it the lifestyle, or what do you think is causing? Because in the 70s, you used to watch like television, and there was no overweight people at all. Right. And then the fast food came along. Why do you think there's more overweight people now in America?
I mean, portion size definitely has something to it, but I think it's convenience and things like Uber Eats and or DoorDash and stuff. And I mean, my 9-year-old son knows how to like dial up DoorDash and get food sent to the house. You know what I'm saying? And so there's nobody, and then it's just it's our schedules and everything that people are involved in, and it's just so convenient to get the fast food option. I mean, this has been going on for years, but it's just gotten so easy now and convenient that nobody cooks anymore, hardly. And I'm guilty of it too. Like I have my diet and then what I eat on a daily basis, and then I'll get my kid, a cheeseburger or whatever. I'm guilty of it, I'm saying. But we do have for dinner every night, my wife cooks really healthy and we all eat the same thing, and we just try to control portion sizes. But the stuff we control, can control, I try to give them and teach them about good, food choices. But it's just it's convenience still, and it's time, because it's so much easier to get, and it's cheaper, to be honest, which makes it really It's hard too. It's just cheaper to get chicken nuggets, a 4-count, and then maybe not Chick-fil-A, but a lot of them, it's just cheaper. So you do that combination with the portion size, and here we are.
So how do you think a person with a busy lifestyle should adjust so they don't eat bad food? Do you think they should order meal prep?
I think if that's what you have to do to eat well, I mean, everybody's got to be honest with themselves. Like, are you going to get up and make 3, 4, 5 meals a day? Are you going to take protein powders in a shaker cup to work with you?
That's the biggest issue, right?
Everybody's got to be honest about like if that's what it takes. I'm all about meal prep companies, absolutely.
I think for single guys out there, it's very challenging. When I was single and I was training, I would have protein powders, twice a day. Sure. And I'd eat light in the morning. I watch my carbs late at night. But I couldn't cook all the time. I was hustling, right? Your business, you're busy. Then you got to work out. Then you got your kids, you're doing this and that. And it's like, man, I don't want to do this. So I go to Outback Steakhouse and I'd say, hey, I need chicken breast. And the delivery was on the side door. I just need chicken breast, nothing on it. I'd pick that up on the way home. And
it's really easy to add sides, vegetables. And
That's
cheap, man.
But I don't want to be at home.
And I get it. I think at the same time, you can see why we're overweight, because it's convenient and easy. But at the same time, there's so many options too to like make another choice. Whether it be food prep or all these snacks you go in. They have now. You got to watch out with the snacks, right? Because you got let's say a Lenny and Larry's cookie. Man, if you dissect that thing, that's not a pro.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
Well, they're in every convenience store in America, basically. Lenny and Larry's.
They're pretty much
Academy. And they taste great.
It must be a Texas thing.
It says protein cookie, but if you dissect it, it's like 50% sugar. It's like it got a little bit of protein in it. And I'm not saying that maybe not, as bad as a Snicker bar, but that's...
You ever see the Snickers protein bars? There you go.
Yeah, exactly. What's worse? You got to make smart. You have to be educated. You have to be able to look at a nutrition label, you know, and understand how much of this is protein, how much of it is sugar, does it have fiber? And it takes, you know, Google it for God's sake. It takes, you can educate yourself, but you know, the market, our side of the market is deceptive too. So you got to know what you're looking at.
How much is fat or sugar? If you had to choose between the two supplements or ingredients, sugar or fat, what's going to be worse for you? Sugar. Okay.
I think that's been proven. And more, that's why there's keto. That's why.
I'm just asking because I want people to hear.
I mean, obviously the combination of sugar and fat, it's terrible.
Well, it depends on the fats. I mean,
but I mean, really, you're looking at you know, you have big diabetes problem and all that. You're looking at your blood sugar, man, and what's spiking it, and it's sugar, man.
You know? So they're saying sugar is like one of the most addictive.
It is.
Oh, absolutely.
Products out there on the market.
Yeah, for sure.
There's brain scans. There's brain scans that actually prove it. Once somebody ingests sugar and the brain scans, the neurons kick on, and you see it, the feelings come out. It's proven fact. So there's no debating it.
Wow.
And the way it makes your blood sugar drop up and down, that's why you got to keep eating more. That's why, I mean, it's just scientifically proven that why like a keto diet with protein and fats, you know, which slower absorption and everything, why it does work, you know. And I've done like a keto type diet before and it works.
How's your glucose level affected with sugar? Like when you see a lot of bodybuilders that are like my girl, I know when she gets to the point where she's starting to, like she's on milk, she'll start doing this, and she's like, "You need to eat some sugar."
Hypoglycemic, yeah.
Yeah, she gets hyperglycemic.
It's tough when you're low calorie like that.
Yeah, it is. And it's hard to manage a lot of people.
Yeah, she's passed out in the gym.
Yeah.
I had to grab a Snickers bar or something, right?
Yep.
I know.
The other day, she called me from downstairs. She's like, "I need help," and she's like this, and I was like, well, "What are you doing?" So I grabbed a banana. I grabbed some applesauce. I go, "You got to eat this."
Yeah.
Well, and that's where, the multiple meals. That's why bodybuilders do it. The multiple meals a day, because your blood sugar is low all the time when you're eating low calorie, low sugar like that. That's why you got to eat several times a day so you don't get to that point. But when you get like, you're talking about two different things, you know, versus a healthy lifestyle and trying to freaking win, you know, a national bodybuilding show. Yeah. You know, I'll be the first to admit that's not healthy, especially towards the end, right?
Right.
Now the concepts are similar to get into shape, but you just gotta, I mean, not everybody needs to take their calories that low. Not everybody needs to be below 10% body fat, but that's just not healthy long term. Right. So we're definitely talking to the extreme, but you know, how to get there, the process is pretty similar, right? You just don't take it to that extra step. And you know, if you don't getting on stage and you're, you know, bikini, then why do you need to do that, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, this is the fitness capital now in the U.S., Vegas. Everybody's coming here. You know, Olympia's coming back again. Went to Florida, or it's going to be in Florida this year, but it's coming back here to Las Vegas. You know, a lot of the bodybuilders have moved here.
Yep.
I can't remember a lot of them off the top of my head, but a lot of the pros are moving here. There's a lot of new gyms here. You know, Powerhouse is where I'm at, you know, but
the gyms have blown up here.
They're blowing up, right?
Because I've been coming to Olympia here for years, right? And I was always like, when we come here, it's like, where do we train? And there was like, you know, one or two places. Now there's like 5 or 6
Vegas
really
is
good
place
choices.
To come to where you want to be seen. I mean, you want to be seen.
So
it's changed from like Cali to Vegas now. It seems like
everybody's bailing here. I'm waiting for you guys to set up. I keep telling them, set up a warehouse here.
Man,
let's do it.
We were talking about it on the way over.
Ghost is here. You know, Ghost has a facility here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's like I drive by, I see the big old logo, and I'm like, these guys, right? You know, everybody's moving in my neighborhood, bro. You know,
we gotta talk the wives into it.
Right.
I could sell the wives, bro. That's easy. You get more. Well,
I take that back. My old star started high school, and so you got to tuck her into it. So you know, she's the one that would. You know.
What is she? But she plays sports, right?
Yeah, she runs track.
Oh, there you go, man. UNLV track, man.
All right.
Well, hey, I appreciate you guys coming out. Sorry I had to cut it short. We had audio issues earlier. What's Ron? I'm gonna go with you first. What's one message you can tell people about how important it is to get on a regimen? I mean, we talked about supplements, but if they're working out, they're competing, or they're not competing, they're just doing a lifestyle change. Stress the importance of ordering products, getting on a natural plan. I'm going to have a basic workout plan I'm going to put on the site just for people that want a basic routine. There's more advanced routines that can, you know, call somebody that does that. But I think that these are vital. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, like we spoke about earlier, you know, I really think that supplements are vital a lot of times because we're in a fast-paced society. You know, we're going, and it's harder to get your macronutrients in. It's harder to actually get some energy going before the gym. So a lot of times you're so tired that you don't even make it to the gym. And in the recovery process, as you touched upon earlier, the recovery process, you grow when you're outside of the gym, not when you're in the gym.
Yeah.
When you're sleeping and recovering and eating and getting your nutrients in, and you just a lot of times can't get that through your diet. And then things like fat burners and things like that also help with, increasing lipolysis. You're trying to burn fat at a faster rate, so you're not, banging your head up against the wall trying to, burn this body fat off.
Right.
So the supplements, man, I've been doing this for 26 years and I still do it to this day. It's one of those things that it's just vital and it's grown more and more every year.
And Zach, which supplement do you think is going to be the #1 seller? Test booster?
Pre-workout.
Yeah, for guys, our guys our age and up, it'll be the test booster for sure, but it's always pre-workout, man. And it's just like, I think it's not a necessity, but if you're going to put the time and effort into going to the gym, let's get the most out of it that you can, right? And if a pre-work, you're going to get a better pump, you're going to be stronger, more reps. Everybody wants to see progress. You may not be trying to be Mr. Olympia, but you want to see changes in your body. You want to see yourself get stronger, and that's what keeps you going back every day, right? Because if you go for a month and you're not seeing crap, you're not going to stick with it. Yeah. So supplements will help you get to that next level, and it's, it's not drugs, it's let's do it natural, and safe.
Right on, man. Hey, thanks for watching this. Make sure you guys subscribe. Follow the channel, like this video, share this video. Make sure you follow these guys on their Instagram. If you have any questions, down in the description box, you'll see a link for my email address. You'll see links for Shop Black Ice Store. That's where you want to go to find the supplements. By the time this video comes out, the site will be up. They'll have labels on these products.
Real labels.
Yeah, real labels. I like the writing, though. I'm going to say, whoever wrote it, it's like, man, that was a chick that did this, right?
Oh, absolutely.
I knew it was a girl.
Shout out to TJ back at the lab.
You didn't do that. No, this is a girl. I'm like, that looks like a girl wrote that, right? Because if I would have done it, it would have been readable.
Yeah, right. Same.
But, I'm excited with Rodney's help as well. I mean, this is a product that we want to mainstream out there on social media. Right. And we want to make sure that we provide the best supplements for the people out there that has their needs. Now, the stuff that's selling great, we're going to keep. Stuff that doesn't move, we may eliminate and replace. I know we're looking at a liver cleanser, a gut check. I call it gut check, right?
We may add a greens type product, which everybody can take. And
we're not going to have a million products. We want to provide what people want. So these are the products for the people, the subscribers. I'm taking them. I am taking these supplements. I'm not going to sell some. Now, I may not take the fat burner because I'm taking the Nootropics, right? Because in the morning, it takes me a little bit to get the old Commodore 64 working, right? The Atari, but you're laughing, right? But I take the pre, I take the post, I take the creatine, and I take the HV alpha, right? So I'm all in. So, I appreciate you guys coming out. Again, if you're interested, a lot of people say, why would you promote a competitor? I'm all about sharing the love. If you're interested in starting your own product line, go to Max Out, reach out to this guy and his partner, Rodney, and the guy behind the scenes that doesn't want to be shown, the infamous, who. No, I'm just kidding.
He shall name.
No, we won't say his name. He's incognito, right? But these guys will help you get your supplement line started. They're based out of Texas. He's done a great job. A great guy to work with, partner with. He calls me way too freaking early in the morning. He's on Texas time.
That's right.
And it's like 9 o'clock.
Texas time, too.
Early Texas time. And if you don't answer, I'm not answering, right? Dude, what are you doing?
Sorry, man.
It's all good. And then I call him. He's like, dude, it's 4 o'clock your time. I was like, I know. And he's out doing baseball or something.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff.
Anyways, thank you for following us. Subscribe, share the channel, hit the like button, and hit the bell for notifications. We'll see you soon. Stay strong.
Cool deal.